again, everybody. Ben Joravsky here. We're calling this Don't Mention Dr. King Friday. Well, it's a lot. And here's why. David Faris joining me for a discussion about politics. And I'm looking at, just like yesterday when I recorded yesterday's show, I'm looking at the headlines. We'll talk about the tariff shock as the stock market continues to plunge. I'm not going to cry like I did yesterday that I'm now broke and destitute. All my scheming and planning to build a nest egg destroyed by the lunacy of Donny Trump. I presume the stock market will rebound at some time. I'm a firm believer in capitalism, ladies and gentlemen. We live in a capitalist country. So wouldn't that be profound irony? Is if the self-proclaimed capitalist, follow me this, ladies and gentlemen, the man who brags about what a genius he is at capitalism is the one who destroys capitalism. That he seems well on his way. Okay, I can't recall one president doing so much with one act to disrupt the markets this much. I know I've lived through a lot of market disruptions, ladies and gentlemen. I'm an old guy, and I do follow these things. Okay, so I do know, but it's never really been the act of one president, as it is in this case. So I'm watching the continued fall of the markets. I'll raise this last point before I bring David on to discuss all this stuff. Article in the New York Times today. Where is it? I can't find it. Oh, here it is. Wow, this one was deep. Let me just back up by saying last night I was at the Chicago Teachers Union headquarters. We did a panel discussion about a new book about Karen Jennings Lewis, the legendary, the great CTU president. Shout out Elizabeth Todd Breland. She wrote the book. My Life and Education, Karen Lewis. I didn't come here to lie, which really sums up Karen Lewis. I didn't come here to lie, unlike everybody else in this city. So Stacey Davis Gates was there, Jesse Sharkey, Elizabeth Todd Breland, and myself. We had a discussion, and you cannot discuss Karen Lewis and her legacy in the city of Chicago without pointing out that Karen Lewis was born and raised in the city, educated in Chicago public schools, and sort of had her view of the world shaped by the dynamics, the racial dynamics in the city of Chicago from the time she was born in the 50s, throughout the 60s and the 70s, when Old Man Daley, not Baby Daley, Old Man Daley ran the city. And there was a second great wave of migration from the South of Black people to the city of Chicago. And there was white flight and white panic and Old Man Daley trying to figure it all out, not doing a very great job of it. Meeting with Dr. King in 1966 to discuss Dr. King's efforts to force Daley to promote open housing and integration in the city of Chicago. The eruption of riots in the aftermath of Dr. King's assassination in 1968, shoot to kill, all these things, the Fred Hampton murder, all these things are very much just embedded in Chicago's history. You cannot discuss Karen Lewis without discussing them. You cannot discuss the rise of Harold Washington, the rise of Baby Daley, because it was a response to Harold Washington. You cannot have a conversation about Chicago without discussing these things. And yet, Donny Trump has proclaimed that any city that promotes diversity will lose its federal funding. Any city, I should say this, any school system that promotes diversity in any way will lose its federal funding. And it's really open. Like, well, what do you mean by promote diversity? You mean have a conversation in a civics class about, I don't know, the murder of Fred Hampton? Are we not allowed to talk about the murder of Fred Hampton? We can't talk about Dick Gregory's mayoral campaign, something nobody knows about except for me, 1967. Look it up, people. You can't talk about Benjamin Willis and the Willis wagons and how Mayor Daley tried to deal with the burgeoning Black population in the 50s and the 60s. You're not allowed to talk about that at all? Apparently not. Can't talk about it. You talk about censorship. Talk about rewriting history. Hello, Joe Rogan, one more time. Help us. We need you. That's just utter. I mean, They always say, Ben, you can't get upset. They're just trolling you. That's, I got some liberal friends, Ben. I don't get upset anymore because they're just trolling. Hello, it's like $400 million on the table a year. Am I getting upset about that? Hey, my beloved liberals, I don't know what to do with you.